What's up, guys? It is Wednesday, December 25th, 2024. We're at the Bitcoin block height of 876,404. TikTok next block. Merry Christmas to you all, and happy birthday to the King. Because believe me, Christ is King. I don't care what anybody says. That was controversial a few months ago, which is crazy. But don't forget why we celebrate Christmas, guys. It is the birth of the King. And speaking of that, to celebrate his birth, I have been out here working all day. Right now it's 8:25 p.m. Pacific time here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I got up this morning and I've been working since this morning. I took a break, took a quick nap because I didn't sleep that well last night. And then I just been off to the races. And the reason why I go so hard is because I know what every dollar can get me, right? Every single dollar that I get, outside of the, maintenance of the car and everything else and gas and stuff like that, all the profits, every dollar I get gets me over 1,000 Satoshis. And that makes me really reflect, especially today, because in my opinion, this is Christmas. This is a gift to be getting over 1,000 Satoshis for $1. It just is, man. This is Christmas for me when it comes to these Satoshis. Santa has definitely gave us a break on the sats, and I don't know how long this is going to last, but I got a feeling that it's not going to last too long. But I want to give you my thoughts real quick. As you can see from the title, will the United States sell its gold for Bitcoin? And I've been hearing a lot of that. And that's very close to my heart because obviously I'm into, the United States of America, governmental things, politics, gold and silver, Bitcoin. That's all my wheelhouse. And also that's exactly what I did. I had precious metals. If you go look back at my old channel, on my old videos on my channel, I started off as a precious metal channel. That's why I did this, because I was stacking silver and gold and, learned about the economy and what really inflation is, the real inflation, and then I made my transition to Bitcoin. But in that process, I started to realize that even though I was so much into gold and silver, that this is the way. I thought gold and silver were the way, and it is to a certain extent in an analog world, but we're in a digital world, and it's done its job for over 5,000 years, gold in particular. And silver is really not considered like a monetary metal anymore. It's more like an industrial metal. But specifically with gold, that's why you see, when you see a Bitcoin, they show it as a gold coin and stuff like that, because it represents kind of like a digital gold or whatever. I realized that I knew where I was going. I knew the direction I was going in, and I knew what I had to do. But the problem was I was riding on the wrong horse, and I traded in a horse for a souped up Lamborghini in Bitcoin. And the horse, of course, being the horse, of course, the famous Mr. The horse in this analogy is obviously the precious metals. Do I think they're going to do it? If I had to give a percentage on it, I'd give it a 1 to 10%, and 10 being really, really high. I just don't see, even Trump, as smart as he is, and all the Bitcoiners around him. And again, this would be a 5D chess move if they did it. And let me say this. Do I think if we sold all of our gold for Bitcoin, do I think it would demonetize gold? No, I don't think so. It would hurt it. That's for sure. I believe, because people would be wondering, why would the strongest economy with one of the biggest gold reserves, again, we don't know how much we have, sell all of his gold for this Bitcoin thing. A lot of people saying, oh, I heard Michael Saylor actually say it would demonetize gold. I don't agree with that. Somebody will buy it. Gold will always have a monetary premium to it. I think in our lifetimes, that's going to have to take a few generations for that to do that. And Bitcoin would really have to be just the ultimate store of value, and then the global reserve currency after that. Before that medium exchange. And I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but in our lifetime, demonetizing gold, that's going to take a while. I think at least 100 years, in my opinion. But again, do I think they would do it? No. And if they did do it, like, how would they do it? Will they sell it off a little bit at a time? Will they sell it off, chunks of it? Because according to Michael Saylor, he's saying that if we sold it, and I don't know what price he's using when he's saying this, that we'd own, not only will we get basically the Bitcoin for free, we'd be trading in one monetary asset for another, but we'd own 5% of the network. Again, I don't know what numbers he's using. I don't know if that's true, but if that was the case, my gosh, man. My gosh. But if I were king for the day, and I had to advise Donald Trump and the people around him, Congress, because Congress is in charge of the money and the budgets and stuff like that, and I was advising the guys from Doge and everything else. If I were in charge for a day, would I tell them to do it? Yes, I would, obviously, because I did it myself, and I just think we need to skate to where the puck is going, and it would be a wonderful, wonderful thing if we did it. I think it's a bit of a pipe dream. Again, this is a skeptic coming out of me. I would, oh my gosh, I would be dancing in the streets if that happened. I really would. But again, I give it a 1, closer to 1, and a really, really high, lofty 10. And that's really, really lofty percent of them doing it. But if it did happen, ladies and gentlemen, oh my gosh, you're talking about global dominance for generations, centuries for America, maybe forever if they kept it. Depends on who's in charge. But if this were to go down, let's just say America would be the #1 country in the world, and it wouldn't even be close. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think that the United States would do that? Number one. And number two, should they do it? That's the most important thing. Should they do it? But the reason why we're talking about this, obviously, guys, is because it's the store of value that's second to none right now. It really is. It's the only way to stop inflation, the only way to pay off the debt, and the only way to secure our future. And for those of you in the back that haven't been paying attention, and the people that still are on zero with this incredible technology, do me a favor, guys. Study this thing. Study this thing as hard as you can. Put the work in. We call it proof of work. Don't trust, verify, and make sure you get a little bit, man. And I tell people this all the time. If you have a investment portfolio, not your whole net worth, I'm talking about your investment portfolio outside of your net worth, you should be putting at least 1% into this, at least. Because again, if you can't find a way to, quote unquote, take a risk, putting 1% of that, then you shouldn't be investing, period. But again, it's not an investment in my personal opinion right now. It's a store of value savings account moving towards the medium of exchange. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, guys, do me a favor. Check out the Bitcoin Amigos. We talk about that for 2 hours every Friday, live at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And I also do a Satoshi Saturday video. And if you don't know what Satoshis are, it's a small little piece, really tiny piece of the best money in the world. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, here's a hit. It's the best way to save. And for me, the only way to save. And that's Bitcoin. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.